Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Glowcat Sniper here, and today, well, we're not actually playing anything right now, but today I'm going to be telling you guys about the beautiful game, in fact the most beautiful martial arts game I have ever laid my eyes upon and I have ever played, alright? Because this game is so it's so beautiful, it's so insane, the fighting is just it's absolutely fucking wonderful. And as you guys see here, you know, we got the background gameplay. This is all just footage from one day as well. But like I mainly just want to cover one style today, and we want to cover you know, a few things. It's not going to be a lot of stuff here. I'm going to be clear about that, right? But anyways, first thing I'm going to start off with is obviously, you know, the fighting. Like, look at how beautiful the fighting is. Like, the blocking is insane. The fights, I love like the different moves that you have. It's very awesome. It's like the fighting style is just so unique. The dodges that you guys time is insane. You know, the moves that you guys saw, that's like I want to say heavy attack, but it's actually called and I don't remember what it's called actually, but basically it like alters your stance so you can chain like pretty much everything fluently. If you guys can see that like middle thing, basically those are like your stances basically. So like if you like top right, you have like a certain thing. If you got like top left, you got another certain thing. Like basically all four of those things have their own unique stance, and all four of those stances have their own unique attacks, which is also super cool. Another thing is that you can also switch stances, and there's also this other type of move where like you like flick the joystick, and when you flick the joystick you can do like a different move. It's like you have like a rush move, you have that move where you like spin around and it's very fun. There's also this other move where you pull back, but I just did that right there. But basically the move is essentially where like it's more like a counterattack really, where you like a pull back, and then the spinning one can also be a counterattack in some cases as well. All right, but like the fighting in this game, I don't know if you guys can see that now. All right, I'm a complete novice. I've only been playing this game for like a few hours in total time. All right, maybe not even an hour. All right. And like the fighting just feels so unique, alright? The strategy that you have to put into the fighting is insane. You have to like think about your fights. And that's what I like about it. It's not like super fast paced, non-stop fighting. It's not super you know, it's also not like super, how do I put this? It's not like super hectic, I should say. Like when you play, there's a lot of thinking that goes into the fights. Like you'll be like, okay, how much damage do I got? Should I attack now? Should I block now? What should I do? What should I do? Alright, and especially when you're in fights like these where you're in a 2v1, that's when you really gotta strategize. You know, you can break guards. I don't know how to do it yet, but you can. And like, look at, oh, I love my style, dude. Basically, you can also like unlock like different styles as well. Like at the start of the game, you can like choose between like 3 different fighting styles. And basically you can choose one, alright, and then you'll have to unlock the other 2 later if you want those 2. And then currently the first one I chose was Forsaken, and then that's when I unlocked, you know, the stagger style, which as you can see here is absolutely awesome. Like I love how fluent all the attacks are. It's just, you see how fluent that was? Alright, that's just a very nice combo. And like look at these combos, look at these combos, look at how great the chain system works. Alright. Bop 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 bop. Another thing is like the highlights are also kind of like a signal where like if you like do the next move at the right time, then you'll like do the combo faster. But it's really hard to get sometimes. For the like stick flick moves, I'm very good at like timing that, but for stuff like heavies and lights, like as I just saw, I just like chained the flick sticks or the stick flicks, and like basically when you like time it right, your like whole body kind of like highlights when you do the move. And it's a very interesting game. I love how you know, instead of focusing on the martial arts alone, they focus on the art style. Like as you guys can see, the environment is very cartoony, and the characters are also kind of cartoony. Not necessarily cartoony, but like the way that they're animated is just like a very unique style that I frankly don't think I've ever seen. There's one game that I've seen that's like remotely close to this, and that game is called The Witness. And like the art style in that game is absolutely beautiful. All right, and the same thing goes for this game. The art style just totally fits the game. Like all the fighting moves, it just, I don't know, just the gameplay looks so nice because of these beautiful graphics. Like the lighting, the detail, and everything. It's just, it's so, it's just, it's so insane, dude. I really love every bit of it. Like there are times where I'm just like sitting down, I'm playing this game, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, I can't wait to like try some combos, unlock new styles like that. I only have two styles really, but like still, you know what I'm saying? It's still like very fun. And on top of that, you can like unlock new moves for certain styles as well. So like the combat styles are completely customizable to you and you alone. So in other words, if someone has like let's say like a top right, uh, a certain top right move for like whether it's like a heavy or something like I'm pretty sure that they're called heavy attacks. I really hope that they are because that's what I'm going to be calling them. But if someone has like a top right heavy, then basically you'll be like, oh, okay, I've seen that. Like you could be like, oh, okay, I've seen that. But they can also like change their top heavies. Like they can change all four of the moves in all four of the stances. So everybody's unpredictable. It's not a simple, okay, he's playing as this style, I can tell by the stance. Like, sure, yeah, you can tell by the stance, but at the same time, you don't know what moves he has for that style. He could be a novice and like barely have any moves. He can be a professional and have like all the moves or whatever. But it's just it's super. It's just I can't even explain. It's just it's amazing. All right. And another cool thing, like, well, I already mentioned, it's the combo. Like, look at how cool this combo looks like here. Like when you chain attacks perfectly, look at that. Like, so I just like chain those first three attacks perfectly. It's just, it's so cool how you can do everything faster. Like, everything's so fluent and smooth, and like all the different art styles or all the different fighting styles. They're so awesome. Like, at first when I had my style, I didn't necessarily like. Well, I did regret it sorta because it was a very hard style to get good at, the Forsaken style. It like you have the ability to like parry attacks, but it's very hard to actually time it right because you have to time it very well. Like when you parry it, you only have like a few like you got like a split second. All right, a split second to react. That's all you have. Nothing else. A split second. Like or not even to react. Basically, you have to be able to predict which direction they're going to attack. All right, and if you get it right, you have to like act as if that hit, because if you don't, chances are you're gonna get the parry down, but you're not gonna be able to get the attack down because you kind of like, you know, you mess up the timing like that. And right now we're closing in on the main event. I would edit this video, but I don't want to. The art style is just, oh, it's so beautiful, and I really want to showcase everything about it, to be honest. Now the main event here is the boss fights. Like these boss fights are so interesting, and they're so like unique, and they're so like, I don't know, it's very entertaining. It's very fun to strategize. Like I found this dude and I thought he was just like a rated NPC, but he wasn't. He was a boss, and it was very insane. Like look at this. Like just from that, alright. Like this dude had I think he had the absorb one. I don't remember what style name is, but basically they can absorb attacks and they don't take damage, and if you land the counterattack, you regenerate some health. And this was actually very hard to like deal with because he kept dodging, he kept absorbing attacks or whatever they are. Alright, they're very hard to fight, and as you guys can see here, my stamina is very low. When your stamina is low, you like if it's too low, you're like when you block, that uses up your stamina. So like you have to like dodge or do something to get on the offensive. As you guys can see here, I'm running to regain my stamina. Oh, to regain my stamina, and basically like we're both low. I'm lower. I was able to heal up a bit though, and then And then I go for the kill. Bam. Just like that. And it's such a beautiful game, man. I'm not gonna say anything else. Just look at this view. That's the end of the video. It's a beautiful game. I'll make a more in-depth video next time. But as for now, bye.